I very rarely get into single-player DLC. I did a lot with Fallout 3, but pretty rarely do because in my head I'm always like, but why would I continue to play this game despite how much I loved it when I could play something else?
Yeah.
But this one I might actually go and play.
Yeah,
like
so
it looks distinct enough that it looks like an experience that is different. Basically.
Yeah, so I kind of wanted to talk about that. Like this is being reviewed super well, and like this Witcher DLC is incredible. Like, what are the other? You said Fallout 3, but like, what are the major DLCs that you've like actually gotten into and are like, oh man, this is amazing?
I mean, the big two for me are Lair the Shadow Broker from Mass Effect 2 and Minerva's
Larry
Den
the
from
Shadow Broker?
Lair the Shadow Broker
Lair
from
of
Mass
Croft?
Effect. I believe that's what it's called. I could be wrong, but for Mass Effect 2,
Yeah.
and then the Minerva's Den for BioShock 2. Or to me,
Minerva's
those are like
Den.
the.
Yeah, mine would be Burial at Sea from BioShock Infinite.
Yeah,
that's
Fallout
really good.
3 for sure. I loved all
I mean,
of
that's
that DLC.
Burial at Sea, especially Part 2, and Minerva's Den are my two favorite BioShock things. Like more so than the games proper.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
me too, totally. I
Yeah. 'Cause
way
they're so much
prefer
tighter.
Burial at Sea than BioShock Infinite, like
Yeah.
by a mile.
Although Minerva's Den is really long.
I didn't play
Yeah.
Minerva's Den.
It's
It's
incredible.
awesome.
I mean, it's also like it's that team went on to make Gone Home. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
I think the thing about those is that BioShock has just a lot of shooting that's just padding. It's like filler episodes in anime. It's just
Yeah.
like a lot of stuff that's like, we need to drag out this game and make it longer, so they just make you shoot a lot. And those, like Burial at Sea, basically has the same story and the same impact, but with less padding. So
Yeah.
it's a lot shorter, and maybe you wouldn't have wanted to pay full price for it, but it's like just a compact version of that one thing.
Yeah, there's like
which
an
is
art and a
awesome.
brevity.
Yeah, so I think that's like that has appeal. It also looked very different because obviously it's in a different place. Fallout's appeal was partly that, again, took you to a different place with one of those DLCs, but it also let you continue playing the game.
Yeah, and it let you see other parts of because you got to see like Pittsburgh and that. I mean, it was like a simulation, I guess, but kind of Anchorage, and you could see
Yeah.
like different
I
parts
thought
of the world.
Anchorage honestly felt like a parody of Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, I mean, kind
It
of.
felt like
it was
there
like a
that- there was
Pleasantville
that
kind of thing
demo
too.
that for Modern Warfare 2 where you're doing like some Arctic mission or whatever, and it totally felt like there was that kind of Pleasantville aspect where you're like,
Yeah.
but it totally stripped away so many of the things that make Fallout. Like,
Yeah.
there was just like the same kind of set of guns, and you're like, oh yeah, go shoot the guy, and you're like, I mean, who plays Fallout for the shooting? You know? Like,
Yeah.
It's weird how
Yeah.
many
That's-
of those DLCs take away your stuff. New Vegas kind of did that too, like that first one where you're wearing like the choke collar or whatever when you go too far. Like, it's really interesting having you spend 300 hours in a game getting an inventory, getting everything you want, and making your character and getting to max level, and then in the DLCs you just like don't use that character for some of them. I always
Yeah.
find
Yeah.
that really interesting.
Yeah.
I really like this is a lame answer, but I really like the Skyrim DLC for Hearthfire, where you got a house and an orphan.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I love that kind of stuff.
You get a house in the
Dude, I
orphanage.
totally
You get
love
an
that
orphan.
kind of stuff. Yeah,
you go
you can get
catch
an
an
orphan.
orphan. You go down the city and you just like lure a child back to your home. That
sounds horrible.
And then they hang out in your house and you can just shout at the walls and knock over all your crap.
I feel like this is worse when you're like laughing.
This stupid little kid who came to live in your log cabin is just like, he's just like, Daddy, you're home, and you're like, and there's just like cups, like wooden bowls flying all over the place. You try to set the kid on fire, and they're just like, "What are you doing?"
I'm
Tickles.
so down with building related DLC.
Yeah.
So down with that.
What if every game had DLC where you could get a house and steal a child?
It's not the child stealing part, it's the house building.
Is it?
What's the point of building a house if you're not going to steal a child to put in there?
A house isn't a
why
home
is-
without a
that's why
stolen
becomes a
child.
home.
I'm a dragonborn. I'm sterile. Damn it! I,
think
won't
I
be able to
should
conceive
leave.
normally. I thought it was pretty funny because I probably looked like a real progressive like I was an Argonian, so so I'm like walking around with my human child, and they're like, I'm like, all right, Billy, it's time for your soccer game. Like, Dad, am I adopted? No, you're just bad at breathing underwater, like your pops here. I like that there was that Skyrim DLC that was like that spooky island. They were like, oh, go back
Far
to
Harbor?
Far
Oh
Harbor.
no, Shivering Isle?
Sure. No, that was
What's
for
Far Harbor then?
that was
No, Far Harbor is the Fallout DLC that just came out.
You're right, yes.
Yeah.
Shivering Isles was that was
Yeah, that was.
Oblivion or Morrowind?
Oblivion, I think.
Oblivion.
Wasn't
yeah.
there a Skyrim DLC that took you to a part of Morrowind?
Yeah, I think that you were
That was one of the
revisiting. Yeah,
first
that was
ones?
it. Yeah, and it was like they hyped it up as being like, "Oh, you're finally gonna get to ride some dragons,"
Yeah,
and you
it's
did.
like
It
a cutscene
sucked.
or whatever. Yeah.
That was rude.
It was super
Yeah,
lame.
Dragonborn.
You kept fighting. Yeah, that was pretty cool because you
Yeah.
got to go in the mushroom houses.
Yes,
and
it was pretty.
I like that. And then there were all these big floating men who looked like Cthulhu's.
Oh
I
yeah, I
thought they were
remember those
pretty
dudes.
fun.
Yeah.
I had a good time with that, I guess.
Left Behind is also a good DLC.
That is a very good DLC.
Yeah.
Left Behind is an awesome DLC.
Yep.
So I guess
And what is that?
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us, yeah.
Oh yeah. I was thinking like those.
The Kirk Cameron novels. Yeah.
But there's also like DLC that I really don't care about is all of the Arkham DLC. It's like play as this character.
Most of it,
Nope.
most of it kind of sucks. And
Probably
it's
not
always
gonna do
exciting
that.
where it's like, oh, Robin, oh, Batgirl. And like, oh, this is terrible.
Like
No
I
one
just
does this.
don't care. In the
And there was
slightest.
like, I was sort of excited by like, there was the Arkham Knight DLC where you drive through almost like the set of Batman 89 and Batman Returns. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. But I'm like, it's just a driving
It's just the
mission.
driving
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
Driving is the
That's-
last thing I
that's
was
that
what
game
those-
does not need more driving.
Like the term DLC is so stupid because at this point entire games are DLC.
Sure.
Like they are it doesn't apply anymore. And then you have something like Blood and Wine, which is this entire new map. It's a full extra half a game pretty much.
yeah, I think you're right in saying it's an expansion.
And then at the same time like
Yeah.
horse armor or I don't know, that thing that makes your gun pink in
Or anything in Dota.
Call of Duty,
You know,
yeah.
anything in Dota that's cosmetic.
like cosmetic
All of
garbage.
Overwatch. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, it's just like it's totally deceptive. Like I was really excited about the idea of playing like Arkham Knight with like Batman Returns or old school.
The
like,
skins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
those
that
are really
that
cool.
would make me like that
And like
game
I mean,
more.
they're
Man.
nice pre-order bonuses, which did come with all of the Arkham games, but
Yeah.
that's still not what I want out of DLC.
Yeah, but
I
then,
think
like,
there was
here's-
one that was a story one that I played where you played as like Harley Quinn or something.
Yeah, there was the Harley Quinn stuff for.
City, I think.
There's
Yeah.
Catwoman stuff for
Catwoman
City.
yeah, which
You're
was like
right.
wasn't that like a pre-order?
It was
or like
yeah.
a-
If you pre-ordered, you could do that
was like-
mission
it
as
was a
Catwoman.
per-order.
You might be right though. I think there was Harley Quinn stuff
Per-order.
later.
Yeah, that's
I mean
nice
they had a
cats
bunch
make.
of different stuff, but that's the kind of DLC that I don't care about.
Arkham Knight did Harley Quinn DLC.
Right.
That was a prequel. And then
Oh,
Arkham
look at
City
that! The
did
first
some
result
stuff.
is Arkham Knight's Harley Quinn DLC is terrible. Thank you, Kotaku.
Play it.
Yeah, there have been some good ones. I mean, obviously, full disclosure, I worked there, but I played it way before I did. Borderlands 2 had incredible DLC for months and months and months.
Yeah.
The Tiny Tina DLC, super smart. You're playing like a Dungeons and Dragons game where the characters are narrating, and as they're narrating, the world around you changes. So
That
it's like
is
they're
pretty
telling
cool.
the story as you go. Like that was really cool.
That might actually make me like Borderlands. I don't like Borderlands. Sorry,
You should play it. It's okay.
but maybe that DLC would make me like Borderlands.
That DLC is really smart. I would love to see them. It almost reminded me of what Tales did later, because it's like sort of that unreliable narrator thing.
That's cool.
Did you play Tales from the Borderlands?
No.
You should play that.
Yes, I've
I
heard
didn't-
that's very,
yeah,
very good.
I didn't like Borderlands, and I think that's amazing.
I really
I
like
find Borderlands very boring.
Boring.
Yeah, that's why they
Yeah.
call it that.
Boring lands?
Then they put out Battle Boring.
It's just battle boring.
I'm sorry.
People are like, you just have to play it with a friend, and then I played it with. There are some people that you play games with who can't talk whilst playing games. So I played it with someone who was incapable of talking. So it was just like us sitting there and shooting things and looting. Like, this doesn't really make
Played it
sense.
with a
Yeah,
mute.
I played with somebody who was like who'd played it like a million times, and they were like, "Here, I'll go take care of everything." And I was just like walking along, be like,
Yeah, I
and
hate
they'd
like
just be like, "Here, I got you these guns." Like,
that's not. I think for any game like that, like that's why I didn't want that for even Bloodborne or Dark Souls or anything. Like I don't want people to come beat bosses for me because that's like not a fun experience.
Yeah.
yeah.
Back to Fallout, that's like when Fox, if you have Fox as a companion, who just kills everything. Like, damn it, Fox!
And he gets stuck in a doorway, and you have to reload a save because you
And he
can't get
tells you
around
to
him.
kill yourself. It's all
What?
very dramatic.
How was the Bloodborne DLC? I hadn't played it.
Dunno.
The old Hunters. It was
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, that's
Give you a new weapon. It's a mop handle.
Yeah, it's just it's a weird
Just-
handle of
just-
a mop.
It's not even a handle. It's just like the mop
Does the
part.
Taken
the mop
King
head.
count as DLC, or is that an expansion?
Like what does that
No.
term mean?
I think
don't
that's.
know.
I would think that's an expansion.
Yeah, but that's as much as
But it's
like
called a
Blood and
DLC.
Wine.
Yeah.
Sleeping Dogs had,
Oh, that had DLC.
some of the best DLC.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That had an entire one that was all like, what was it, Nightmare in North Point? It's so good because it's basically like Big Trouble in Little China meets Thriller. Like it literally opens up and you're playing as like the main dude and you're like walking out of a movie theater like in the music video for Thriller and you're
That's
like,
awesome.
She's like, that was a pretty scary movie, and then you fight like hopping Chinese
That's awesome.
vampires,
Yeah. Wow.
and then you have to go on this mission where they're like you go like you see like old salty crab. It's like this gross guy you like break into an old lady's house with in the game, and he's like, "Oh, I'll make you a mystical potion. I'm gonna need the following ingredients," and you have to get like weird like white carrot root or something, and then like antifreeze, and then you have to drink it. And you get like crazy kung fu powers.
That's incredible.
It's
That's
super
amazing.
fun.
That sounds incredible. Also, that actually just reminded me of one of my favorites, which was Undead Nightmare for Red Dead
no,
Redemption.
yeah, totally.
Which was
Yeah.
obviously incredible.
Yeah, like,
Again,
see-
is that DLC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
that's almost like a
almost-
yeah, it's like a
almost a
standalone
separate
thing.
game,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's totally different.
And it was to what was it, Festival of Blood, the
Oh,
weird
yeah.
Then there
vampire
was
one.
infamous
First Light.
First Light.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I feel like we should also talk about some of the worst DLC. My vote goes to Saints Row Gat Out of Hell. That's very bad.
Is that that's where like you're in hell,
Yes,
right?
Saints Row 4, and you just go to hell, and it's really bad.
Yeah.
It's very ugly.
But wasn't there one you play as a superhero? What is that one?
That's Saints Row 4, the game.
Oh, that's the full game. Oh, okay.
Saints Row got so confusing with
Yeah.
DLC and expansions and then full games and all that
I mean,
stuff.
Get Out of
yeah.
Hell was another thing where you bought it separately, like as a
Didn't that start
Yeah.
out as like it was going to be DLC and then they were like, no, it's a full new game?
I don't know how they
I
marketed
think
it.
that's how they did it. I can't even remember.
Yeah, it was announced. Yeah, you're right. It was announced as a DLC, and then it became Saints Row 4.
But it was. Wait, what?
Yeah, they announced here. Hold on.
What?
Stop
No,
Googling
Get Out of Hell
everything.
is
It
five.
doesn't matter.
Does
Just
Saints-
people will email
is
us
it
if we're wrong.
five?
Just close your laptop. Get off
Get Out of Hell
Drive
would
me
in
for-
theory
I'm
be
doing
five.
E3
planning.
Yeah.
Because there was a Saints
You're
Row
in the
4.
podcast right now.
But I-
Also, Brian's not here because he's interviewing the Lonely Island.
I bet
Yeah.
he's having a lot of
They
fun.
made a hot rod.
The Lonely Island Man Hot Rod is a very strange sentence, but it's also correct.
Yeah, yeah.
It sounds like a sentence you would say in order to like initiate someone's assassination mode. The Lonely Island made a hot rod. I start putting together a sniper rifle.
We
in the
walk
corner.
outside, Destin strangling someone. Like, oops. God,
Do we
yeah.
have the price for Blood and Wine? How much is that?
$174.
That seems like a lie. It's probably under $100.
You can get wine for like $2. The blood's the expensive stuff.
Yeah,
you gotta
blood's
know.
free.
You gotta know a
Expensive.
blood.
You
shot.
should donate. Donate
Yeah.
blood.
Don't eat blood. Why not? It's delicious.
But really, you should though.
Don't eat blood, he
No,
said.
you should donate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't not. Anyway,
I keep trying to, but I'm always stepping on nails, and they don't want my blood. They're like, "When's the last time you stepped on nails and went down the creek?" And I
Like
say all the time.
on the walk here.
every damn day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a good thing. Is a fun prank is go try to donate blood with no shoes on, because they'll be like, "Where are your shoes?" We're like, "Can I have cookies, lemonade, please?"